And then someone else said, but he's blind. Well, taking blindness, if they're doing something wrong, he has to tell them that also. Some great devotees don't want to be a spiritual master because you have to be finding faults in other people. You have to find out how they can refine themselves and improve their devotional service. You prefer not to do that. Initiation, only fun. Some of them, what is that Bangladesh? In Bangladesh. And some of them migrated here in Canada. They're part of the community here, so I'm happy that they're being very responsible and active. Last night I was at their Navhata meeting and saw the many nice devotees who were studying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings and Prabhupada's teachings as a Navhata. And I'm glad that their whole family, this is a quite unique thing that the whole family is taking initiation at one time. All the less than total Vrindavan. So much mercy that running the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Not just have a bunch of instructions and then they can't follow them, so come. Vision, with so many different instructions. So I try to do a little bit of everything. But one of these things, obviously I'm only coming here, this is the first time I came for 2 years and to remind my secretary included in the itinerary. Prabhupada said that we should be respectful to the other Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So this way can be good examples of the devotees. So this temple of Krishna by offering service to Krishna. Until you get into Krishna's pastimes, and then you'll be serving very close to Krishna by serving in a relationship. Now, me fish, egg, onion, and garlic. And how many, are you committed to pleasing Prabhupada and helping him fulfill his mission? Your name is the name of Krishna. Your name is Sachiprana or Raghunadas. We start with fire and take Don't touch Harinam Jyoti. What are the rules of the four rules of the what are the rules, four things to avoid? Meat, fish, and eggs. So your name is the name of Lord Chaitanya and his one of his dearmost devotees. The name is Srivasa Gopa Haridas. So your name means that you're the servant of the praying, the pure love of the consort of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord Savior, and pure love. Your name is Lakshmi Priya Prema. Said that love as Ananda Manjari is the Vrindavan form. So I am naming after the Ananda Manjari of Vrindavan, but it's got a connection to Chaitanya somehow. Your name is Ananda Gopika Nityadasa. Your name is purely Braj name. Of course, everything in Braj is connected. But this name is one of Krishna had one friend who was especially very dear to me, but he was a Brahmin. He was not a Kaufman. His name is Madhu Mangal.
Namavistapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Bhagaramayam Dadati Swaparastikam Swaha Sagana Raghunatham Tam Tam Sutivam Savahitam Parida Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Kirava Krishna Bhagave Orvanam Chayane Nirvishesha Punyavadi Vasyam Siddhane Swaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Putraya Bhutale Vemate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Name Shri Varshavanavi Devi Daityaya Kvamdai Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daite Prabhave Namaha Swaha He Gauravani Simundai Dinatarine Upanugavi Ruda Pasar Nantahari Swaha Namo Gauraksholaya Sakshat Vairagyamutte Vipralamba Sambodhi Param Bhujayate Namaha Swaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Sakti Sarupaya Rupanugavarayate Swaha Gaura Virva Bhuvestam Nirte Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarva Bhoma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Swaha Om Vanchakalpataruvaicha Vipasantu Vachivacha Namahavadevyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Swaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Kundayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Nani Gauratre Namaha Swaha Panchatarmamakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Saktikam Swaha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopikakanta Radha Namaste Swaha Jayatam Surayo Pango Mama Mande Dutyagati Mat Sarva Padam Bhujodana Vatam Bhuvano Swaha Divya Vrindavana Kalpadovada Srimat Ratnakana Simhasna Uddho Srimat Radha Shila Govinda Devo Sri Sevyamani Swaranami Swaha Imam Rasa Sambhimam Sivatantasya Kashnam Venu Sai Gopi Gopinata Sriyasudona Swaha Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasri Swaha Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Swaha Stand up.
Sisi Radha Krishna Bhagavan Shyam Radha Bhagavan ki Sivanda Bhagavan ki Bhagavan ki Mathura ki Nilapuri ki Nandamani ki Tusre ki Samjitan ki That goes to the all great siddhas and devotees. The glorious of the Lotus Unidos.
Hare Krishna.
Satsve. All glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Ita Gosita Natananda. So I speak Bengali, Hindi, English, Spanish, but I speak French. So those who need translation, and someone will translate. So in one place and translate. There isn't. Yoginam Sarvesham
Yoginam Sarvesham
Shatavan Vachate Joma Same Yukatamo Mata Yoginam Sarvesham
Yoginam Sarvesham
all the yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word bhajate is significant here. Bhajate has its root in the verb bhaj, which is used when there is need of service. The English word worship cannot be used in the sense of bhaj. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to the worthy one. But service with love and faith is especially meant for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can avoid worshipping a respectable man or a demigod and may be called discourteous. But one cannot avoid serving the Supreme Lord without being thoroughly condemned. Every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus, every living entity is tended to serve the Supreme Lord by his own conclusions. Failing to do this, he falls down. The Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, 3rd verse, confirms this as follows. If anybody has difficulty understanding in English, there's a French translation in the corner. Isham Purusham Sakshat Atma Prabhavam Iswaram Navadanjavajananti Sthanat Brashta Patantyata. Anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto the primeval Lord, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. In this verse, the word bhajanti is used. Therefore, bhajanti is applicable to the Supreme Lord only, whereas the word worship can be applied to demigods or to any other common living entity. The word avajananti, used in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, is also found in the Bhagavad Gita. Avajananti manudha. Only the fools and rascals deride the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Unquote. Such fools take it upon themselves to write commentaries in the Bhagavad Gita without an attitude of service to the Lord. Consequently, they cannot properly distinguish between the word bhajanti and the word worship. The culmination of all kinds of yoga practices lies in bhakti yoga. All other yogas are but means to come to the point of bhakti in bhakti yoga. Yoga actually means bhakti yoga. All other yogas are progressions towards the destination of bhakti yoga. From the beginning of karma yoga to the end of bhakti yoga is a long way to self-realization. Karma yoga without fruitive results is the beginning of this path. When karma yoga increases in knowledge and renunciation, the stage is called Jnana Yoga. When Jnana Yoga increases in meditation on the super soul by different physical processes and the mind is on Him, it is called Ashtanga Yoga. And when one surpasses the Ashtanga Yoga and comes to the point of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, it is called Bhakti Yoga, the culmination. Factually, Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal. But to analyze Bhakti Yoga minutely, one has to understand these other yogas. The yogi who is progressive is therefore on the true path of eternal good fortune. One who sticks to a particular point and does not make further progress is called by that particular name: Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, or Dhyana Yogi, Raja Yogi, Hatha Yogi, etc. If one is fortunate enough to come to the point of Bhakti Yoga, it is to be understood that he has surpassed all other yogas. Therefore, to become Krishna conscious is the highest stage of yoga. Just as when one speaks of Himalayas, we refer to the world's highest mountains, of which the highest peak, Mount Everest, is considered to be the culmination. Bhakti Yoga ki! It is by great fortune that one comes to Krishna consciousness in the path of Bhakti Yoga, to become well situated according to the Vedic direction. The ideal yogi concentrates his attention on Krishna, who is called Syama Sundara, who is as beautifully colored as a cloud, whose lotus-like face is as effulgent as the sun, whose dress is brilliant with jewels, and whose body is flower-garlanded. Illuminating all sights is his gorgeous luster, which is called the Brahma Jyoti. He incarnates in different forms such as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he descends like a human being as the son of Mother Yasoda, and he is known as Krishna. Govinda! 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 And Vasudeva. He is the perfect child, husband, friend and master. He is full with all opulences and transcendental qualities. If one remains fully conscious of these features of the Lord, he is called the highest yogi. This stage of highest perfection in yoga can be attained only by Bhakti Yoga, as is confirmed in all Vedic literature. Yasya deve varaha bhakti yatha devatata gurao tasya iti kotita yata prakasante mahatmana. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Sutta Upanishad 6.23. Bhaktirasya vajanam tadya putro padi nairasya namushni manakalpanam eta deva naiskarya. Bhakti means devotional service to the Lord, which is free from desire for material profit, either in this life or in the next. Devoid of such inclinations, one should fully absorb the mind in the Supreme. That is the purpose of nice karma. Gopal Tapani Upanishad 1.15. These are some of the means for performance of bhakti or Krishna consciousness, the highest perfectional stage of the yoga system. So Prabhupada, what an ecstatic purport. So Prabhupada must have been in total ecstasy when he wrote that purport. Sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called Yajña Yoga. And it's about Krishna telling Arjuna to do meditation, the Jnana system. But in the end, Arjuna found it very difficult. And so he wanted to know what was the better system. Krishna tells this verse at the last verse of the chapter, that system is bhajan. Devotional service to Krishna. And Prabhupada went to great lengths there explaining why bhajan is only for the Supreme Lord. It's not meant for anyone else. In the glories of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the Padma Purana, there it mentions that Vishnu said that there was a king. What was his name now? Shahi or something. This king, he was so pious, he would have daily yajñas, daily sacrifices, that even the smoke would go up to the heavenly planets. And the trees in the heavenly planets were colored by the smoke from his fire yajñas. And it was so pious that came from his daily yajñas that the demigods, you could see them visiting his palace, and you could see the extraterrestrials from the higher planets of his kingdom. That's how pious he was. Now, the extraterrestrials don't like, the good ones anyway, they don't visit us. We don't know if you nasty ones do. The celestial beings, they're not interested with us, maybe the lower planets. But there were two demigods who were flying by in the form of swans. And one was just very low, close to the palace of the king. And the other one said, "What was you afraid of offending the great king, the pious king?" And the other one said, "Dad, who is he compared to the great Rishi Yajña?" So the king was immediately curious, who is this great sage Yajña? And he sent out his charioteer, "Find Yajña. I want to meet this great sage." So he went to various holy places trying to find him. He went to Benares, where Lord Shiva is worshipped, and when by dying there gets elevated from birth and death. He went to Gaya, where there's the Galadhar temple, who gives blessings if one doesn't have to take birth again. He went all over India to holy places looking for the great king, the great Rishi Yajña, but he couldn't find him. Then he went to Mathura, which is in the shape of a half moon, with the beautiful and pious river, transcendental river Jamuna, flowing And there all the saintly people come from all over the universe to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And people easily achieve bhakti there. But even in Vrindavan, he couldn't find this great sage Yajña. So he was looking everywhere. Finally, he went to Kashmir. And there was a great king who was a devotee of Lord Shiva. And he would worship Shiva so opulently that his king palace was effulgent. And he had all kinds of mystical opulences. There somewhere by the gate of his palace, under a cart, sitting in a corner like a beggar, was the great sage Yajña. When the charioteer of the king went to see him, he said, "You are Yajña?" He said, "Yes." "But you're such a great sage, what are you doing in this very humble place?" He said, "I am completely satisfied." So immediately he understood. He had achieved so much renunciation, he didn't care where he was anymore. He was totally satisfied. Wherever he was, it didn't make any difference anymore. So he went back and informed everything to the king. And the king said, "Take me to see this great sage Yajña." And there they went in their chariot, and they went all the way to Kashmir to see the great sage Yajña. And the king that saw him, he put valuable silks and pearls and jewels offered to the sage as a humble offering. But Yajña Muni got angry. "Take this garbage away from me. Millions of dollars of valuable jewels, and take this garbage away. What is this? What do I have to do with this stuff? Please forgive me. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend you. I just want to know how you have achieved this great stage of renunciation, this total detachment, this total satisfaction. And in this world, people are trying to be satisfied, but they have failed to be satisfied no matter what they do. How is it you have achieved full satisfaction?" Then he revealed, "All right, I will tell you. Every day I recite the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And by reciting the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I am completely satisfied." Dukhina sarvesham adhyate nandanatmana Satavan vajate jovan savai yuktatamo mata. So every day his sadhana, his bhajan, the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So he chanted it for the king, initiated the king into Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter chanting. So the king, he began chanting himself every day. And then a spiritual airplane came down from the spiritual world and took the king back to Godhead direct. And King writes, and the Rishi writes that he was chanting, and also he was taken back to the Lord where he could serve the Lord in the spiritual world. So this chapter 6, if you read it every day, recite it surely gives the blessing that you can get pure devotional service for the Supreme Lord and become His pure devotee and serve Him eternally in pure devotional service. That's the greatness of 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much. And long kirtan. If somebody has some question, I'll be outside for questions.
Whenever you come in Toronto, you told us how
This time you got 6. Stay tuned, I'll give you the 7.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.